Hi, it's KCCK's Culture Crawl. I'm Dennis Green, and my guest today is Carol Montag, who stops by a couple of times a year to talk about upcoming concerts. And if it's November, it must be time for a Carol Christmas.
Yes, it is.
How many years is this?
A Carol Christmas, maybe 5 or 6.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe more. I know one year we had COVID, so there was...
Right. Sometimes it seems like you have to add 3 years to whatever you think it is because of COVID. But as we've talked about before, this kind of came out of the ashes of the tribute concert, which was a huge thing for years and years.
You add that on, I've probably been doing it for 25 years.
And you are going a little bit earlier this year.
Right. It is the Saturday after Thanksgiving. So the idea is you have your family get together at Thanksgiving, eat all your turkeys and fixins, and Friday go do your shopping and the Black Friday thing, and then by then you'll be worn out and you'll need to do something to relax. So just come. It's early, so you can get to bed on your normal bedtime for the most part.
Even though it's Saturday, you're not going to keep you till the wee hours because, you started, I think, 7, right? Yeah.
Saturday, November 29th at 7 p.m.
And back at CSPS Hall.
Yes.
Which just gets better and better as a music venue. The little tweaks and stuff that they have done to that, it's a great place to listen to music.
Right, and they're busy all the time, have fabulous musicians from around the world. Tickets are available at the CSPS website. That's cspshall.org. And for people a lot of people amazingly still don't know where that is. It's right across the street from the New Bow Market.
You always bring some musicians to collaborate with. There are some regulars.
Right.
I know that Bruce Millard, who's a former KCCKer from way back and still a great friend to the radio station, is coming back from this. And Jim White is with you again. And you've added Gerard Estella to the stable.
Yep. And Bruce will be playing acoustic guitar, electric guitar, mandolin for sure. I don't know, he might play a little bass. And Gerard, of course, is great on piano, keyboards, guitar, bass,
Gerard contains multitudes.
You name it, he can play it. So that's just so great to have him. Bruce and Gerard were both in the tribute shows, and so much fun to play with them. They're hilarious. And then Jim White, he's being with us on drums and percussion and pretty little things like chimes and bells and
Talk a little bit about the program, because it's always, as we approach this season, it has to get challenging each and every year to figure out what. Of course, you'll always bring some originals, but looking at the new arrangements of old favorites and trying to breathe new life into those.
The great thing about Christmas music is there is a plethora of Christmas music out there. And for example, this year Bruce brought one to mind that was real popular back when we were teenagers. And I thought, that's a happy sounding song. We'll do that one. But my show's a combination of traditional Christmas carols done in the original arrangements, so I'm not trying to do something brand new. And because I think people, for the most part, like to hear what they grew up with and are able to sing along with it. However, there's one tune that's a little jazzy that's not normally that way.
Oh, they had a little fun with that arrangement, huh?
And so there's some old traditional Christmas carols and some contemporary things that people should enjoy. And then we always mix it up with a few non-Christmas songs that actually they're meant to give the band a chance to really strut their stuff. So
when you've got these musicians, you want to make sure that you use them to their utmost abilities.
And so Bruce is flying in from Boston, which with the airlines, I just crossed my fingers.
Hopefully by that time things will be a little bit back to normal.
And when Bruce comes, he's usually traveling with his mandolin for the most part, and then we find guitars here and there to borrow for him to play because it's just too much.
Yeah,
for
a lot of equipment to try and drag on.
Right. And Gerard's right here in town's gym.
And he owns a couple of guitars, so he could
he
probably,
does?
yeah, he probably can help.
I met with Gerard Saturday to go over a few songs with him, and I hadn't been to his studio in a long time. There were like stacks of keyboards, and I counted at least 9 just stacked up against the wall. They're all ready to play, but I'm like, oh my land. And then behind his console, he's got like guitar.
He has all the
like
gear.
about 30 guitars. I'm like, but I wanted him to bring his 12-string. Gerard and I both have Stonebridge 12-string guitars.
Oh, I love the sound of the 12-string.
And I got my Stonebridge 12-string because of Gerard. He has multiple Stonebridge acoustic guitars, and he let me play his once. I was like, oh, this is fantastic. My original 12-string guitar was a Yamaha. I still have that guitar, and I still have my Martin D28. I'm thinking of letting those go because, long story, but they were that Martin and the 12-string I got when I was a senior in high school. And that's basically how I learned to play guitar on that guitar.
So it's done its work.
Yeah, it has. And I have this other brand new fantastic Stonebridge 12-string, so I'm very happy with that.
So as you're approaching this, and I know that we don't want to engage in too many spoilers, hence there's this one song where we stretch out, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. But what do you consider a musical highlight as you're putting this one together?
Oh, gee. I always love what Bruce puts together for the intermission because after the first set, we all go off stage, we do our intermission break, and before I come back on stage, the guys are going to come out and just play 5 to 7 minutes worth of music just to get the crowd back in the house and seated and excited to go on to the... And Bruce arranges those. He sent me a couple ideas today, and you're definitely going to
come back early from intermission.
Enjoy what he has put together for that because it's usually pretty fun.
Hey, before we go, I want to let's talk just a little bit about Strange Ballet, because I know that music video, of course, in the album that you did earlier this year, and I know that's kind of making the rounds,
right.
And I know it's been well received. So what have been a few of the highlights in the Strange Ballet world this year?
Initially, the highlights for me were the fact that the video I created with the help of Kirk Munson has won all of these film festival awards. I didn't even know about film festivals per se, but Kirk told me go to Film Freeway, and so there's just film festivals from all over the world that you can submit your video to. So that's been extremely fun for me to have that kind of feedback for that. So
did you travel to any of these festivals? I know you probably submitted all over the place. Couldn't get to all of them.
Well, I did. Yeah, I didn't do the international nature one. That I thought that was a good fit for the music video. And I talked to someone else who recently put out a documentary about pie.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the pie doc. Oh, I've heard of that.
Iowa.
It's great.
And I said to her, because I saw her at the Okoboji Writers Retreat, and I said, how did you pick, because she had won some film awards too. I said, how did you pick them? And she just said, just kind of randomly. But I try to pick things that I think are a good fit for the international nature without borders. Oh, my song, Strange Ballet, is about trees. Good fit there. And I have another song on the same album. It's Cross on a Hill. So that's more in that Christian genre. So if I wanted to submit that song, I would probably try to find a film festival that matches that category.
That has to be an interesting way to appreciate and diagnose your own work, because usually, now obviously you listen to an album over and over and over again, but from an audience perspective, you're always performing the song. You're not in the audience reacting to it along with everybody else. But with the music video, there are times, I'm sure, when you sat in an auditorium full of people and everybody was watching it. That had to be a little bit of a different experience.
Yeah, yeah. And, I have help with these videos because I think initially with Across on a Hill, Kirk Munson invited me to participate in this film festival that was just being held at King of Kings Lutheran Church, and of course I did that. But he looked at it for me, and I put these. I am an amateur, total amateur at creating music videos. So I get most of my images off of free images websites like Unsplash or Pexel. And he saw the video and he goes, well, do you mind if I tweak it a little bit? I said, that's fine. He goes, I think you might have some copyrighted images in there. I'm like, oh, gee, well, sure. And then he said, can I come over to your house and have you just sit outside in the woods and play your guitar? And so he brought a speaker along, and while the song was playing, what do you call it?
In that music video lip-syncing thing?
Lip-syncing it. I'm lip-syncing, sitting on a log, lip-syncing with a pair of ballet shoes beside me. And he goes, okay, let's do it again, but look up. And I'm like, okay. I'm not used to, acting.
Yeah, having stage direction.
But so I'm really thankful that he saw the video and he just wanted to help, And I think he may have done some tweaking on Strange Ballet as well. But I really wanted to thank Dan Towie again for the work that he did on that album, because I tell you, he is incredibly smart and knows what he's doing. He can transcribe. He transcribed all the songs on Strange Ballet.
Oh, that's right, because you did a book,
yes,
music book that went along with it.
I have a published songbook now, my first ever. So all the songs in Strange Ballet, if you wanted to learn them and you read music, you could easily do that. But that's all his transcription work. But, he did transcribe for Hal Leonard, so jazz guitar.
That's right. He literally wrote the book on Pat Metheny. Pat Metheny guitar transcriptions.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that project continues to have life, because as an album, as a video, as a performance, it's just so spectacular and always, it's one of the good things that came out of the derecho.
Right. I love writing songs, and it is an art, but is the work process that you go when you write a song is it's just interesting to me how when you get an idea for a song, you start writing it, and typically people, first thing they ask, do you write the words first or the music first? And for me, it can be either or. There's no right or wrong answer for that, of course. But what happens is you are thinking about this song as you're going through your daily routine. You could be driving and you're trying to think of the next lyric. And that's how it works for me. Or I'm on a walk and I'm thinking about the song, but I don't typically sit down and write a song beginning to end. It's done. Sometimes it would take a year or two to finish a song. I have some songs that are half written, and I want to be careful because sometimes I get the feeling with my songwriting that last third of the song is I'm just putting a Band-Aid on it. I'm just trying to get it finished, and I don't like the lyrics as much. I'm just not taking it to another level. It's fun.
You can hear Carol's finished songs at A Carol Christmas, both new original ones and arrangements of all your favorite Christmas songs as well. It's Saturday, November 29th, 7 p.m. at CSPS. You can get your tickets in advance at CSPSHall.org. Carol,
Thanks.
It's always a pleasure to see you.
Well, thanks so much, Dennis. I always enjoy coming out here, and at least today it wasn't a blizzard like I've come in the past.
That has happened, and we'll cross our fingers for good weather for the 22.
Exactly.
Carol, thanks a lot.
Safe travels.
Thanks a lot for being here.
Thank you.